So you guys already know the iPhone 12 is going to be coming out later this year, and it's pretty much feeling like this thing is already here because of the amount of leaks and everything that we're getting. And I kind of want to compile everything that we have so far, as well as show you some of my newer renders that I've been making of the iPhone 12. I might post these on Instagram or something, I don't really know. Follow me on there, guys. I'm also giving the iPhone SE away, multiple of them, so if you still want to enter, first link down in the description, you guys already know. But first of all, we're supposed to be getting 4 iPhones for sure, but we potentially could be getting 5 later on this year. So the iPhone 9 or whatever is going to be coming out early on, but those iPhone 12s, there's going to be a range of devices and potentially a 5th one, which I'll get into in a second. But the ones that are pretty much almost confirmed, again, this whole entire video is pretty much a conspiracy. There's really no way to verify any of this, but we're supposed to be getting that 5.4 inch model of an iPhone, which if you see my iPhone SE 2 renders, you pretty much know what that one could potentially look like. It's going to be in that same size body as something like an iPhone 8, or sorry, my iPhone 10e renders. The iPhone SE 2 was more of like a 5 inch model. The iPhone 8 body will pretty much be like an iPhone 4. The iPhone 8 body was pretty much predicated from my iPhone 10e render, so the iPhone 10e will pretty much be the iPhone 12, the 5.4 inch model, if that makes any sense. Then we're supposed to be getting 2 6.1 inch models, so the cheaper model of the two, and then the more expensive Pro model, and then a 6.7 inch iPhone 12 Pro Max, or whatever they're going to call it. What's really interesting though, and I don't really know how they're going to do this, but they're supposed to be all OLED devices, so that's going to be a huge thing. I don't know how Apple is going to market the 2 or top models, but what I think what's going to happen is that the 6.1 inch and 5.4 inch, the cheaper models of the two, like the iPhone 11s, of the iPhone 12s, those will probably not be over 1080p. Those will probably be like that 828 or whatever the iPhone 11 is now. It's probably going to be that same panel, but just in an OLED format, which I've seen done before. I've seen some like 720p OLEDs, and it's not that bad. And the iPhone 11's panel isn't that bad either, but if they transition over to that OLED, that'll definitely make it look much, much better. So that's a humongous thing. Then those Pro and Pro Maxes will have the standard resolutions that the iPhone 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max both have right now. The design though might be more of that iPhone 4 and iPhone 5 type of design though, with those sharp edges. I think it would be super nice. You know, if you've seen my SE2 renders, which you probably have, those things do look, you know, really, really nice, and they look super premium. And if they take that approach, that will be a huge changing factor and change of design coming from an 11 Pro or 11 Pro Max, or even a 10 or 10s, or really any other phone that's came out since the iPhone 6. All those have taken those round edge shaped designs, and if they switch it over to this thing, it'll definitely make it a huge impact on the design. So when you're using it, people will be like, oh, you have the newer one. So that's a huge thing, and people will want to update because of that design, because of how sleek and nice it looks. Now, in terms of the power and the RAM, most probably people are estimating that the Pro model will have 6 gigabytes of RAM. The non-Pro models will have 4 gigabytes of RAM. So if you think about it, the current iPhones all have 4 gigabytes of RAM. So that would be a humongous increase to having, you know, 2 extra gigabytes of RAM on those Pro models. So that would be a humongous thing for them to do. The current ones, we thought they were going to put 6 in. They haven't done it. These next models, they should be doing it, which will only be a humongous thing for these phones. And with those non-Pro models having 4 gigabytes of RAM, that will still be ample enough storage in my opinion, or ample enough RAM for that matter, and I still think that will be good enough for most people. Now the battery life, I think it's definitely going to be an increase on the top models. I think the 6.1 inch, it will definitely be bigger size battery than the current 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max, because that one will be a little bit bigger. That one will also have a bigger battery, but that 6.1 inch, the cheaper model, I think will still hover around that 3000 milliamp hours, at least the iPhone 11 successor, because I don't think Apple wants to have that one battery having way better battery life than the other ones, because then that's not a huge selling point for the other Pro models. The 5.4 inch model might have around a 2700 milliamp hour battery. I think a similar size battery to the iPhone 10 and 10s, something like that. I think that will definitely help this phone out for sure. And in terms of the camera, this is a humongous thing we've been seeing. The bottom 2 models will probably have 2 camera sensors, so there's not going to be a triple camera setup on either of these phones. The same glass back on the iPhone 11 and 10R are going to be on that specific iPhone 5.4 inch and 6.1 inch of the iPhone 11 models, the cheaper models. The top models will probably have at least 3 camera sensors. It could have more, who knows, but that's kind of what we're seeing right now. If we have 4, that would be great, but I'm going to stick with 3 for now. I think that's pretty much what we're kind of getting with. And potentially smaller notches on those Pro models. I think, you know, maybe even the cheaper models, who knows, I'm not really too sure yet, but based off what we're hearing, the top Pro models will potentially have smaller notches on them, which would be a humongous thing. I think that would be a really cool thing if they can do it. And I think Apple really wants to differentiate the previous models to the newest ones, so people have a reason to update, and that's the best thing they could probably do. And price wise, I'm not really too sure yet about this either, but the 5.4 inch model could be around $699 $699, the 6.1-inch cheaper model will be $799, and then the top model will be $999 and $1099. That would kind of be my idea of how they could structure this, and they could still sell the iPhone 11 for $599 if they want to, which I doubt they will, but they will still have that iPhone 9 there too, which they could do, which I think that would be really, really cool. But I have been hearing that they might increase the prices of these iPhones, and if they do that, that would be dumb. I hope they don't do that, but if they do, then it would probably be fluctuating within $50 to $100 of these price ranges. And there could potentially be another iPhone, a 6.7-inch model, or even bigger one that removes the notch entirely, which we're not too sure. People are saying it's coming this year. I'm pretty sure it's going to come next year instead, but I have really no idea on that. Hopefully, it comes this year. That'd be really cool, but most probably it's going to be coming the year after. So that pretty much covers it, you guys. If you have any questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of these renders and new ones, if I even did any, and all those other little things in between. If you guys liked the video, hit that like button. If you guys have any comments or anything, let me know in the comment section as well, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it'll mean so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel, all those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.